Hey, it's Camila Stevenson, and we talk wealth and health around here. Listen, I want to warn you about something that's not getting talked about enough, and it affects you, your parents, your aunties, your uncles, your co-parents, anybody who thinks a pension is going to take care of them in the future, because a lot of people are still living under this old idea. If I get a job with a pension, I'm safe, I'll be fine, they'll take care of me. But listen, I want to give you the truth on this, which is some of these pensions are being mismanaged so badly that millions of people, especially boomers, are going to wake up one day and realize the money they thought was guaranteed isn't there. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it so you can wake up now while you still have time to position yourself differently. Now, quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to buy or sell. I'm just sharing information that I wish more families understood, especially in a world where everything is changing so fast. Now, if you love content like this about wealth and navigating money with clarity, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. All right, let's get into it. Listen, growing up, a lot of us were taught the same script. Go to school, get a job, work for the government or a big company, stay there 20, 30 years, retire with a pension, boom, life is set. That was the dream. That's what our parents told us and what our grandparents believed. And to be honest, that's still what a lot of people believe today, especially boomers. Some of you watching this, your mom, your dad, your uncle, your co-worker, they're still depending on that pension as their main retirement plan. Now, the problem is that pension promise was built for a different America, a simpler America, a stable America, an America where money didn't move like it does today and where the system wasn't under the same pressure it is right now. But today, we're in a whole new financial environment and pensions have not kept up. And I was talking to my nieces and nephews about this at Thanksgiving dinner because school teaches them nothing about this. Your job won't explain it. Your HR department won't explain it. Most people won't even realize there's a problem until they're 60 something and it's too late to fix anything. So I want to talk about why this old pension strategy, this just get a stable job and retirement is covered mindset, is becoming dangerous in this new economy. So let's get into how these pensions actually work behind the scenes, because this is the part most people never been taught. And y'all know I like to get up under the rug and reveal some things. And honestly, once you understand this, you're going to see why I'm doing this video at all. To start, most people think that their pension is being managed by top tier experts, people with deep financial backgrounds, risk management skills, and decades of market experience. No, it's not. A lot of public pensions, city, county, state, are run by boards made up of politicians, appointed officials, or people who have never managed money at this scale in their life. You've got governors, attorney generals, and state CFOs overseeing hundreds of billions of dollars with no real financial training. And the crazy part is there's no federal requirement that says these pension board members must have any investment experience at all. Zero. You could literally be managing a $200 billion pension fund without ever having bought a stock or bond in your entire life. And this is not hypothetical. These are real examples. For example, in Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz has publicly disclosed that he owns no stock or bonds. And as governor, he sits on the boards that oversee billions in public pension funds. Think about that for a second. Would you want somebody with zero investment experience helping oversee the retirement security of teachers and firefighters and public employees? I wouldn't. And yet that's exactly what's happening. And this ain't about what side somebody is on. I don't care what side you on. If you don't have any financial investing experience, why in the world would you be on a board managing billions of dollars? I just wouldn't want it. And like I said, most people think that these pensions are being managed by the top experts, and it's not. And then you have pensions like CalPERS in California, around $600 billion, which is so influential that whatever they do, other pensions follow like a herd. But CalPERS has been plagued by governance scandals, corruption investigations, and transparency issues for decades. There's been allegedly mismanagement issues for over 25 years, and yet other states still copy their decisions. So the ripple effect is enormous with this. Now, layer this on top of the next problem, which is pensions are political. Investments aren't chosen based on performance. They're often chosen based on campaign contributions, political favors, who knows who, and what makes certain people look good publicly. This has nothing to do with taking care of you in retirement. Meanwhile, on the other side of the table, you've got the sharpest Wall Street firms selling high fee, high risk products to people who don't know what they're buying. Teachers' unions have even been caught acting as money managers, selling expensive, poor performing products to their own members. And do you think the average teacher knows that? No, they trust the union because the union is supposed to protect them, not sell them garbage. Then you have the transparency issue. State pensions are supposed to follow open record laws. They are legally required to be transparent. But forensic investigators who I've been following says that in 13 years of doing pension investigations, not one state pension has actually provided all the documents they were legally supposed to provide. They're hiding information, they're avoiding accountability, and they're doing it with the retirement money of millions of families. So when people say, I'm good, I got a pension, I just look at them like, do you even know the people running it? Do you know how it's being managed? Do you know what it's invested in? Do you know if it's even fully funded? I just read maybe about 3 weeks ago where there was a company who invested a lot of their money in windmills and they lost 80% of their pension because they invested in the wrong thing. That is horrible because right now there's still trillions of dollars being managed by people who have no business managing money that controls somebody else's future. And Wall Street knows it. Pension investigator Ted, who secured nearly $80 million in whistleblower awards exposing Wall Street fraud, says firms essentially treat public pensions as the dumbest investors in the room. And when you look at the fees, the secrecy, and the performance, it's hard to argue this. And it's not just the workers, it's the system, because the system is not built to protect you. The system is built to protect itself. And I'm hoping that you're understanding more of this. All right, now, I want to help you know what this means for real people, okay? So let me bring this down to real life, because this isn't just some big financial theory. This is about you, your parents, your grandparents, again, your coworkers, your aunties, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers, whoever. Real people who are depending on these pensions. There are millions of boomers, people your mom's age and your auntie's age, who are going to wake up one day and realize my pension doesn't have enough money. My benefits are being cut. I'm too old to go back to work, because what you think they're going to do if they don't have enough money? They're going to have to go back to work. And then they're going to think, I did everything they told me to, and it still wasn't enough. That is the part that breaks my heart, because people trusted a system that did not deserve your trust. And I hope that you start to wake up and you start to sound the alarm to those around you. I need you to understand this. When pensions get mismanaged, there is no rescue. There's no bailouts for the firefighters, the teachers, the city workers, the state workers, the police officers. The people who get bailed out are usually the banks, the institutions, and the people who sold those bad products to the pension. You know who ends up paying for this? Taxpayers, workers, retirees, families. And when the pension is underfunded, cities have two options. Number one, cut benefits, or number two, raise taxes. Either way, you lose. So let me make this real to you. There are pilots who had to go back to work in their 60s. There are teachers who found out their pensions was cut after retiring. There are city workers trying to find jobs in a world where AI is replacing half the positions people used to get hired for. And there are retirees saying, I cannot live on this. And they're being forced into low wage work just to survive. It's happening all over, whether you can see this or not. And this is not fear mongering. This is, again, what is really happening. We're moving into a new financial era, but a lot of people are still living with an old mindset. And that is, the system will take care of me. A pension is guaranteed. I don't need to understand money. They're going to handle it. No, they won't. This is that scripture moment, the one that says you cannot pour new wine into old wineskin, because the wineskin will burst. And that's exactly what's happening now. We're in a new financial system, but people are still depending on the old one. We're dealing with new technology, new money rails, new global pressures, new tools like blockchain, new levels of debt, new economic cycles, new retirement realities. but people are still walking around thinking, oh, I'm good. My pension gonna cover me. Family, listen, some of those pensions have been in trouble for 20, 25, even 30 years. People just don't know. And I'm telling you this because I don't want you or the people you love to be blindsided. Now, family, since we're talking about waking up and becoming financially aware, I need to tell you this. If you know you were never taught this stuff, if you're realizing, wow, I actually don't understand what's happening with my pension, my retirement, or just the new financial system, please don't stay in that position. Get educated. And the best place to start is Stock Up University. I've been going through the course myself, and it's leveling up my financial literacy in a way that random videos on the internet will never do. Okay. Larry Jones is running a huge Black Friday sale right now, and he gave my audience an additional discount. If you use my link in the description, just enter the code EARN and you're going to get access to one of the biggest sales they've ever done. Now, if you're serious about understanding money the right way, start there. And hey, if you feel like you got it together, then maybe you can give it as a gift to someone who you know will need this. All right, so now I want to talk about what you can actually do with all of this, because I'm not here to just overwhelm you. I'm here to help you understand your options and move with confidence. Here's how I would approach this. And again, this is not financial advice. This is just awareness, strategy, and mindset. Everything I say is for educational purposes only. Number one, stop assuming and start investigating. Don't just say, I have a pension, so I'm good. No, start asking questions. Look up, is your pension fully funded? What's the funding ratio? Have there been any recent audits? What's the investment strategies that they're using? Are benefits at risk of being cut or frozen? If it's a city or a state pension, you can request information through your state's open record laws. And if you ask questions and they get defensive or secretive, that's a red flag by itself. You cannot afford to be blindly trusting right now. Number two, don't plan your whole future around one system. If a pension is part of your retirement, great. But it should not be the entire plan. You need other pieces in place, a 401k or similar plan, a Roth IRA, a basic brokerage account, low-cost index funds or ETFs, even small, consistent investments over time. A pension can be a bonus. It cannot be the foundation anymore, not in this economy and not in this era. Number three, build your financial literacy on purpose. A new financial system is forming. I cannot stress this enough. New money rails are being built, digital assets, tokenization, faster settlement systems, AI, automation. These are not future concepts. They're happening right now. Your parents' strategy won't work for you. Your grandparents' strategy won't work for you. You need a new mindset for a new system. This is why I'm telling you, educate yourself. Understand how money moves. Understand how retirement actually works. Understand what tools you have access to now that previous generations didn't. You don't have to become a financial expert, but you do have to stop relying on blind trust. Your retirement is too important. And then number four, teach the next generation differently. I was talking again to my nieces and nephews over Thanksgiving, helping them to understand that the world that they're stepping to is not the world we grew up in. They have to think differently about careers, college degrees, debt, retirement, skills, entrepreneurship, investing, and what financial security actually looks like now. And I'm going to do another video on just that, because there are degrees you need to avoid if you want financial stability in this economy. And you need to tell those who are around you who are young going to college. But the point is, we've got to start teaching young people how the new system works, not the old one, because the old one is fading away and the new one is here. And the people who understand it early will be the ones that thrive. All right, family, listen, I am here to give you clarity as best as I can. And if this opened your eyes or gave you something to think about, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss the next video. And I really want you to drop a comment below and tell me, did you grow up believing that a pension would take care of you, or is this the first time you're realizing you may need a new plan? Let's talk about it. I always read the comments. And then also, before you head out, let me remind you of two things that can genuinely shift your entire financial future. I stated it before and I'll state it again. Stock Up University has a Black Friday sale. Use the code EARN if you know deep down that you were never taught any of this. And if you want a step-by-step financial education that actually makes sense, start with Stock Up University. Again, I'm going through it myself and it's leveling up my financial literacy in a way that is incredible. Larry is running a huge Black Friday sale right now. He gave my audience an extra discount. So if you use my link in the description, again, the code is earned. You're going to have access to that. And then also my membership community, I have a Black Friday sale going on. The code is Black Friday 300 if you want to go deeper, if you want a community, live coaching, mindset support, and a safe space to ask questions and get clear direction, then that's what my membership is for. And again, since it's Black Friday, you can use the code Black Friday 300 to join before the sale ends. Listen, these products will not be on sale for long, so make sure you lock in before the time runs out. All right, family, I want you to stay wise, stay wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one.